Welcome back to Pharaoh's Code, where the world's greatest secrets are uncovered one mystery at a time. If you love strange discoveries, ancient legends and hidden truths buried deep in ice, history or the human mind, you've just stumbled on the right channel. Stick around, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another chilling tale or astonishing truth we dig up next. In a frosty Canadian park, beneath thick layers of ancient ice, scientists stumbled upon a bizarre skeleton. They called it the frozen dragon. It was locked away in solid ice for millions of years, and experts spent decades trying to figure out exactly what it was. Turns out, they had discovered a brand new genus of pterosaur. Now, pterosaurs were massive flying reptiles, prehistoric beasts with wingspans over 16 feet and heads 3 times the size of their bodies. These creatures dominated the skies around 76 million years ago, soaring above the dinosaurs like something out of a nightmare. Scientists described this new genus, named Cryodrakon Boreas, meaning frozen dragon of the north winds, as one of the biggest, most savage and just plain weirdest things that ever flew. In a frosty Canadian park, beneath thick layers of ancient ice, scientists stumbled upon a bizarre skeleton. They called it the frozen dragon. Locked in ice for millions of years, it was later confirmed to be a brand new genus of pterosaur, flying reptiles with 16-foot wingspans and massive heads that dwarfed their bodies. Named Cryodrakon Boreas, or frozen dragon of the north winds, it was one of the largest and strangest creatures to ever soar the skies above dinosaurs. Fast forward to 2013. A young mountaineer climbing Mont Blanc noticed a strange metal box sticking out of the snow. Inside, precious rubies, emeralds and sapphires. The box likely came from a passenger on one of 2 flights from India that crashed more than 50 years ago. Valued at over $200,000, the treasure remains unclaimed as authorities continue searching for its rightful heir. In 2007, a Siberian reindeer herder and his sons found something frozen in the ice, a perfectly preserved baby mammoth named Lupa. Frozen for over 41,000 years, she was only a month old when she died and is now considered the best preserved mammoth mummy ever discovered. On Antarctica's icy continent, Mount Erebus rises above the frigid terrain. A massive volcano that's been erupting on and off for over 1 million years. Its molten lava crater remains active, though thankfully its eruptions are minor and non-threatening. In 1991, hikers in the Italian Alps stumbled upon a body thought to be a lost climber. It wasn't. It was Ötzi the Iceman, over 5,000 years old and incredibly well preserved. Tattoos, tools, and even the remains of his last meal, cured meat similar to modern bacon, gave us priceless insights into ancient life. In ancient squirrel burrows deep in Siberia, scientists discovered seeds from an extinct flower species called Silene stenophila. The seeds, frozen for 32,000 years, were revived and bloomed once again, proof that life can find a way even after millennia. On a remote Arctic island, Norwegian explorers in 1930 stumbled upon the frozen wreck of the ill-fated Andrei balloon expedition of 1897. Their hydrogen balloon had crashed just 2 days after launch and, well, the explorers perished while trying to make their way back. Their story stayed a mystery for over 30 years, until the wreckage finally revealed the last chapter. In 2010, the best-preserved woolly mammoth ever found, Yuka, was discovered in Siberia. Scientists have even managed to activate cells from her tissue, fueling hopes that maybe one day mammoths might actually walk the earth again. Hidden beneath Antarctica's vast flat plains, researchers discovered the Gamburtsev Mountains, 10,000-foot peaks stretching 750 miles under a mile of solid ice. They're like the Alps, but buried in a deep freeze for millions of years. In another part of Siberia, a small woolly rhino calf named Sasha was found, having been frozen for 39,000 years. It's the only full-body woolly rhino ever discovered, an incredibly rare relic from a lost age. As glaciers melted near Italy's Po River, forgotten wartime artifacts surfaced: diaries, photos, love letters, and even a cabin filled with helmets and gear. Time had buried their stories, but the ice revealed them once again. In 2016, explorers found the HMS Terror, one of two ships lost in Sir John Franklin's doomed 1845 Arctic expedition. Astonishingly, the vessel was frozen in pristine condition. Plates were still set, beds untouched. It was like stepping into a ghost ship suspended in time. In the Norwegian Alps, ancient Viking trails thawed, revealing artifacts and a sealed wooden box. Expectations ran high for Viking treasure, but inside, just a humble beeswax candle, dating to the 17th century. Probably just a farmer's lost winter supply. And then there's Lake Enigma. Buried beneath 36 feet of Antarctic ice, this strange lake shouldn't exist, but it does. Even more surprising, it's teeming with life. Microorganisms like bacteroids, actinobacteria and pseudomonads survive in total darkness and extreme cold. But stranger still are the Permafrost, tiny parasites surviving without oxygen, sunlight or movement. How they live remains a mystery, but their presence suggests life might be possible in similarly extreme environments beyond Earth. Just west of Lake Enigma lies one of the driest places on Earth, Victoria Land. Unlike the rest of Antarctica, it's almost entirely snow-free, exposing a barren landscape of gravel, granite, and a metamorphic rock called gneiss, formed under immense pressure, creating beautiful mineral layers like Earth's version of a layered cake. These dry valleys are frozen snapshots of Earth's past, unchanged for millions of years. Winds here are so powerful they evaporate snow before it even melts. Yet even in this frozen desert, life finds a way. Microbes called endolithic bacteria survive inside rock crevices, using tiny fragments of light for photosynthesis. Beneath the Taylor Glacier, other bacteria live without light, oxygen or food, relying on sulfur and iron to survive. But in some parts, like University Valley, there's nothing. No microbes, no life. Possibly one of the only truly lifeless places on Earth. That's why scientists are eager to study these areas. They serve as test grounds for future missions to Mars and other planets. From Antarctica's icy silence to underwater ruins, humanity's past continues to surface in the most unlikely places. In Lake Constance, along the borders of Switzerland, Germany and Austria, divers discovered 170 massive underwater cairns arranged in a 12-mile line. Built around 5,500 years ago, possibly by multiple Neolithic villages, the purpose of these massive stone formations remains unknown. They call it the underwater Stonehenge. In the Ryukyu Islands off Japan, the Yonaguni Monument lies beneath the Pacific waves. With its pyramid-like structure, staircases and terraces, some believe it's the remnant of a lost civilization, Japan's Atlantis. Though some argue it's a natural formation, features like carvings, tools, and a stone turtle suggest otherwise. Off Greece's coast lies Pavlopetri, an ancient port city submerged beneath just 13 feet of water. Discovered in the 1960s, this Bronze Age settlement was filled with stone buildings, roads, and amphoras, hinting at a thriving civilization over 5,000 years ago. Today, it's considered the oldest underwater city ever found. Further west, Port Royal in Jamaica was once a wealthy, pirate-infested British stronghold. But on June 7, 1692, a massive 7.5 magnitude earthquake caused the ground to collapse. Waves swallowed 33 acres of the city. Today, the ruins rest 40 feet below sea level, eerily well preserved. Off the coast of India lies the lost city of Cambay, discovered in 2001 using sonar imaging. Dating back over 9,500 years, possibly older than any known civilization, scientists found tools, pottery, beads and bones. If confirmed, Cambay could rewrite everything we know about human history. Believe it or not, Antarctica wasn't always frozen. Around 34 million years ago, it was lush, green and dotted with forests. As carbon dioxide levels plummeted and tectonic shifts isolated the continent, it transformed into the icy desert we know today. When Antarctica and South America split, the Antarctic circumpolar current formed, cutting off warm water and turning Antarctica into an isolated deep freeze. Even Australia shares ancient ties with Antarctica. Pink sand beaches in southern Australia contain garnet particles older than the local mountains. These minerals likely originated in ancient Antarctic mountain ranges before being carried across what was once a connected landmass. Hidden under Antarctic ice, British explorer Chris Brown discovered an entire Soviet-era meteorological station complete with a bust of Lenin sticking out of the snow. Left behind decades ago, the station remains frozen in time, an icy relic of Cold War history. Then there's Blood Falls, a 5-story red waterfall spilling from Taylor Glacier. It looks like it's gushing blood, but it's just salt water rich in iron. When exposed to air, the iron oxidizes, creating that chilling crimson colour. And yes, despite what you might have heard, Antarctica has bugs. The Antarctic midge, a tiny insect, lives here. So do strange sea spiders the size of dinner plates, arthropods that breathe through holes in their legs. During Antarctic summer, the snow sometimes turns red and green. That's due to algae, Chlamydomonas nivalis, that bloom when sunlight warms the ice. It's beautiful, but toxic. Definitely don't eat it. In recent years, researchers unearthed a literal ton of fossils on James Ross Island. With the ice receding, scientists flew in by helicopter and boat to dig through exposed rock from the late Cretaceous period. They found everything from snails and clams to dinosaur bones, some over 70 million years old. Even the seafloor off Antarctica has its share of horrors. Like the Antarctic sea worm, 8 inches long with a retractable throat lined with teeth. Or the strawberry feather star, a bizarre deep-sea creature with 20 squirming arms that look like something from a nightmare. And beneath the Ross ice shelf, a slab of ice the size of Texas, scientists placed seismic monitors. What they found was strange, a constant humming. Though human ears can't hear it, the vibrations, when amplified, sound like a swarm of summer cicadas. These eerie sounds are caused by wind-shifting dunes across the ice surface. A haunting reminder that even Antarctica hums with quiet, frozen life. Thanks for watching Pharaoh's Code. If today's journey through ancient ice, lost civilizations and extreme environments amazed you, give this video a like, share your thoughts in the comments and make sure to subscribe so you never miss another revelation. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold and remember, the coldest places on Earth often hide the hottest secrets.